Peace. Today's the 18th, and in our supreme mathematics, that's knowledge, build, or destroy. So I wanted to just take a moment and share some perspective about today's mathematics. And I'm also going to add on to the knowledge build degree, or the 18th degree, and the 1 to 40s. What's the duty of a civilized person? To kind of give you another perspective of the math. Knowledge, like I mentioned or I implied yesterday, is consciousness or awareness. Build or destroy means to construct and deconstruct. So building or destroying are not positive and negative. You know, they are positive and negative based upon the context and what you're actually doing. I mean, you could be building some bullshit conversations or building some sandcastles up to the sky. Peace, God. Or you can be destroying a bad habit. So building or destroying are not positive or negative. It's the way that you apply it to your life. And that is the importance of knowledge or consciousness and awareness. You have to be aware of how to apply it to your life, because you can be building something like a relationship or striving to build a business, and you didn't even do the research to know what your target demographic was. Now you're losing time searching for something that didn't exist to begin with. At the same time, you can be effectively deconstructing or destroying something that you need to remove out of your life. So again, building or destroying are not positive or negative. They're neutral principles based upon how you apply it to your life or the context. And that is the importance of knowledge or being aware or conscious. So when you look at knowledge, build, or destroy, one of the things that you oftentimes notice with people, especially in this social media era, that people confuse what knowledge and building or destroying actually is. Because you have a lot of people and they think that taking photo ops, sharing videos, even me sharing a video like this, sharing a video, taking pictures, typing paragraph statuses and all of this other kind of stuff is a manifestation of knowledge, build, or destroy. Like it's something that you're actually doing. When in reality, that's not evidence-based. I mean, if a person listens to something that I'm saying or something that I'm posting, I strive to come from the perspective of put into practice what I'm sharing, implement it. That's why I'm always talking in practical terms, because I want people to actually utilize it in life so they can see the tangible manifestation of it. Regas! The tangible manifestation of it. So, constructing or deconstructing anything, there has to be tangible evidence of that. There has to be something that's made manifest in order to show and prove what was actually built or destroyed to begin with. So, knowledge, build, or destroy, or 1 and 8 adds up to born. Born means to bring forth into existence. So, knowledge is inception and born is conception. So to take things from knowledge to born, it goes through the process of building or destroying. There's things you got to add on and some things you got to take away. But you won't be conscious of that if you don't have knowledge or awareness. It's a simple life process, you know? So when we talk about supreme mathematics or even our supreme alphabet, these aren't principles and values that we just concocted out of thin air. It's natural life processes that we've observed, that we've identified as natural principles and values, and we align ourselves with that. That's all. That's why with the things that I'm sharing right now, it's not hinging upon me trying to convince somebody whether or not this is valid. Try it for yourself and see the results that you're going to get. It's just that simple. Strive to build on something or deconstruct something without having no knowledge first and see how that turns out for you. Just go ahead and try it. And you're going to see the importance of why this principle is something that's a natural life process. You know? So we take Knowledge Builder 18 to the 18th degree in our 1 to 40s. What is the duty of a civilized person? The answer is the duty of a civilized person is to teach he or her who is savage civilization, righteousness, and knowledge of himself, the science of everything in life, love, peace, and happiness. Nowhere in that lesson does it say the duty of a civilized person is to hand somebody supreme mathematics. Nowhere in that lesson does it say the duty of a civilized person is to force feed somebody some vegetarian lifestyle or plant-based diet. Nowhere in that lesson does it say that the duty of a civilized person is to give somebody lessons or to tell them about the Father or to give them the supreme alphabet. So because some people don't think about that, you got a lot of people who are involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. Things that have nothing to do with what we should be doing as civilized people, which is teaching he or her who is savage civilization, righteousness, the knowledge of themselves, the science of everything in life, love, peace, and happiness. And not all at once. You know, depending upon where a person is in their growth and development, that should be the end. That should indicate to you what you can share with them. Some people, the emphasis needs to be just basic, plain civilization. You know what I mean? That's where you need to start. That's what you need to deal with. Other people, they may have some civilization down, and you may need to talk to them a little bit more about ethics, morality, righteousness, you know, expressing themselves in a true way and being true to what their purpose is in life. That may be what you need to tweak or work on with that person. Somebody else, they may have the civilization down. They may be pretty stable in terms of righteousness. Now, they really don't have a sense of knowledge of self. That may be what you need to work on. Sometimes it may be a person that they have a little sense in terms of knowledge of self, but the civilization ain't there. You know, you have to do a needs assessment on people before you go in there with this mindset or mentality like you gonna fix something, because we don't always have the skill sets in order to address whatever issues people are dealing with. Shit, we may even have the skill sets to deal with the issues that we personally dealing with. And we got to be conscious, aware, and humble enough to go seek the proper resources to address that. Because there may be somebody that's more skilled than us when it comes to working on some of our own stuff. You know what I mean? So a part of knowledge of being able to build or destroy is not only just being aware of what needs to be constructed and what needs to be deconstructed, but it's also a process of a self-diagnostic. You know, you assessing your own growth and development and things that you need to personally work on. So that's a lot of internal work. And like I tell people, knowledge itself is really a never-ending inner journey. It's not necessarily, even if you go to the library and you pick up different books or you looking at certain stuff online or whatever, that is a routing device right back to your inner reality. It may appear as if these are resources and things that are on the outside of you, but in reality, they're indicators that point to things that you need to work on the inside, you know? And it is from that inner reality that you eventually begin to manifest the outer reality. And that's the exact same way, like I said, from taking things from knowledge of born. It's like inception to conception. The same stages of processes that a child goes through to be born. They're born internally. And it is from that internal reality that that genotype that over time you eventually see their phenotype, or you see the physical manifestation of who and what they are. But it's an inner reality that really is the inception or the basis of what you're eventually going to see in the outer world, you know? So going back to what I was saying about the duty of a civilized person, duty means responsibility. And when you look at responsibility, it's a compound word. You have respond and you have ability in it, you know? And it's impossible for any person to effectively respond to a situation if they ain't got the damn ability. And the ability comes from the knowledge. It comes from the consciousness or awareness of not only the inner reality, but also the things that we need to work on and how to properly know the context of building or destroying. You know what I mean? And as you develop in those areas, the more responsibility that you gain, the more of a duty that you gain. And that's just something that naturally comes along with the territory. Like you may have often heard the phrase, to much is given, much is required. It's the exact same thing. So take 18 to the 18th letter in the supreme alphabet, which is R, which means rule or ruler. Ruler means to govern with authority. I ain't talking about rule her, like some people may want to take that shit. Rule her, no. I'm talking about ruler in the sense of not only governance or dominion, but also it's an instrument used to draw a straight line. So you can see the relationship and everything that I'm talking about in terms of how I started off about knowledge, build, or destroy, and how you go through that process to make things manifest, or 1 and 8 equals 9, which is born. And then I took it to duty of a civilized person, that degree. And now you can see the relationship with rule or ruler. Meaning, it's all good to have some knowledge, right? That knowledge is also a straight line. That knowledge also implies a sense of righteousness, because that is the way to rule or to govern with a sense of authority or to have duty or responsibility. You can see the relationship or the correlation with all of these things. Now, like I said, the way that the math, the alphabet, our lessons and stuff function, it ain't based upon me convincing nobody of nothing. The truth doesn't have to convince anybody of anything. It's really on us to align ourselves with what we observe as truth. We don't have to. And if we don't choose to, I mean, the calendar will take care of that shit for us. Time would be time would be the tester of the truth. You know what I mean? And that is also one of the reasons why a person who really understands the culture of the 5%, we're not out here like missionaries trying to convince or convert people into anything. If a person is like, we live in such a way where we strive to find teachable moments. That's all. And to show people the underlying significance of things in their relationship to the universe. That's all. Not to be standing on a podium or on a corner or something trying to convince somebody about how this is the right perspective to have. Shit, if you got to do that, it's questionable whether or not you even know what the truth is to begin with. If you out here doing that. So one of the things, you know, people say truth is power, and power is influential, but power is also magnetic. So if you have the truth and you're aligned with the truth, then people are naturally going to gravitate to that. Not everybody, you know what I'm saying? But those who do, you have a duty as a civilized person. So let me break down civilized person. Civilized is from the word civil, which is related to jurisprudence, which is related to discernment or judgment. So discernment and judgment is related to wisdom, right, righteousness. You see how there's a connection or correlation to all of these things? So you can, and then governance with authority, dominion, rulership, rule, knowledge, build, or destroy. You can see how all of these things are connected. So learning the math, the alphabet, our lessons is really like connecting dots. That's all it really is. And those dots should lead you back to an inner reality for you to be able to apply it to make manifest of the things that's on the outside of you. You know, so don't get confused or misled by, you know, people saying that they building because they posting pictures with people, or they got like, they show them videos and you never really see them in the element of anything. You got to be questionable about that shit too. You never see, whenever you see their videos, it's never off the cuff. It's always staged. They might as well put a goddamn green screen in the back of it. It's not in context. You know what I mean? You got to watch for those type of things, because it's questionable whether this person is really aligned with what it is that they talking about that's coming out of their mouth. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean that what they're saying is not valuable, because we can use anything that people are saying. You know, for all y'all know, I could be bullshitting. I could not be doing the things that I'm doing. You know, but those who are connected with me, they know what it is. And if they just showed up on a random Tuesday, they see me right in the thicket of everything that I'll be talking about. You know what I mean? But everybody's not necessarily like that. You know, we're in this social media era where people are striving to craft some type of virtual reality like it's The Sims or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, you have the 85% in the social media world, just like you have the 85% in the city where you live at. You know, on a local level, on a regional level, on a national level, you have 85%. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm headed into my program. So, matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go up and let's see what's up. Watch. Let's see. Peace. What's up, bro? How you been?
Been alright.
Good, good, good. What's up, bro? How you?
Good.
Y'all brothers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How you been?
That's little we got.
Okay, because I'm looking at you. You look familiar.
He could go on back there and talk to Jadakiss, right?
Yeah.
It's okay, right?
Uh-huh.
I just want to cover. I'm covering Tommy. I'm covering my father. I know that. I'm covering myself. Thank you for community center. This is Deborah. How may I help you?
Now, let's see this. Let's see what they doing. Let's see what they got to say. What's up, y'all? Huh? Not today, though, because we got an event that's going on in a little bit. What up? Y'all making flowers? Oh, that's dope. What up, Jadakiss? Okay, I'll build y'all later. Peace, Justice.